we moved to Waxahachie, though, man, that's when everything really changed. I couldn't make money. I couldn't find a decent job. The only job I could actually find was to work at Waxahachie ISD driving a handicap bus. So Tracy had gone back to work, or she had gone to work, got a full-time job. She'd been working about 90 days, and really we were feeling good about it because we were starting to get out of this financial trouble we had. And she got a major car accident. A guy hit her. She was sitting still on Interstate 20 in traffic, and a guy hit her going about 80 and totaled the car. The guy fled the scene, or he didn't, but he said somebody else actually is the one that caused the accident. So then the insurance didn't want to pay. Tracy was in therapy every day for 90 days, so didn't have a job anymore. And so we had to work through that, and that just really, it sent us in a whole nother level of financial issues. And so that hole just kept getting bigger and bigger over the years, and we just didn't know how to get out of it. So through that process, I kept thinking to myself, I'll figure this out, right? I'll make it happen. Interestingly enough, though, when I'd fully dedicated my life back to the Lord, I started tithing again. So we were tithing. And so even through the midst of that financial trouble, we were probably 2 years into it after she had gone back to work. And I literally remember I was standing in the grocery store in Waxahachie, and the Lord spoke to me, and he said, I want you to buy the lady's groceries behind you. And I literally remember to this day, we had $13 in the bank. And I was like, how am I going to do that? Like, I don't even know what she's behind me. I don't even know what she has. And I remember I looked back out of the corner of my eye. I looked at her, and she was dressed really nice. And I thought, this lady, like, she doesn't need my money. And the Lord said, you're right, but she needs to know I love her. He said, it's not about the money, it's about her heart. Well, how are you going to tell God no to that, And so I say, okay, we're going to buy our groceries, and literally it was right at $13. And I just told her, I said, man, God just wants you to know he loves you and he's thinking about you. And that was the first time that we gave above and beyond our tithe. And so a couple months later, we get really excited because we're going to get right at $500 from our income tax. And we were like, dude, literally since we had been married, we didn't have $500. And we were like, man, this is so awesome. What are we going to do with it? And I remember we were sitting in church the day we got the check, and the Lord spoke to me and said, I want you to give that $500 to the lady sitting behind you. Her son, she needs it for her son. And I didn't look at her or anything. I just told Tracy, I said, man, I think God's telling us to give that money away. And Tracy said, if that's what God's telling you, let's do it. And so after church, we got with the lady and said, hey, we think God's telling us that you need $500. And the lady starts crying, and she's like, yeah, my son has some kind of issue that he needed to be taken care of. And we saw God begin to do that, even though we still didn't have anything. We were still struggling financially. So why God even helped us or gave us the strength that we needed to be able to take those steps of faith, I still don't understand to this day. All of a sudden, God spoke to me. Where we lost everything we had, we were starting to come out of it because by then I had graduated, had been working for 2 years. So we didn't have any extra money, but we at least were paying our bills. And that morning when the Lord spoke to me and said, hey, I want you to start a home building business to reach people for Christ and give to the kingdom. I said, God, from this day forward, my heart, my soul, my mind, everything that I am is yours. You do what you want to do with it. Then God then says, hey, I want you to start these businesses, or this business. It had a purpose. It wasn't just to go start a business so I can make money. It didn't have anything to do with that. It had to do with reaching people for Christ and giving to the kingdom. What part of that says I own any of that? I don't. So for me, success is being fully obedient to the Lord in whatever he says.